Well, we did say we were going to talk about the finals, but then it turned into a squash match, and nobody wants to talk about those, right? Nobody wants to talk about
There's not
squash.
really much to say. I mean,
I mean, we can give retrospect. Maybe not the games. The games weren't, you know.
If Miami plays like this the whole year, plus they add Ray Allen, they're going to be terrifying. But that's all I can say.
Like I've never seen them play better since they added the big three than they did in that game five. Like it was kind of scary to watch that because Oklahoma City has so much talent, and it was like a snuff film. It was, yeah. That game five was scary.
Robin, you done talking about that ass whooping?
I think we finally saw Mike Miller. That's the reason they brought him there. And he had an awesome game. I don't know. I just think the inexperience kind of hurt Oklahoma City. I mean, they put up a fight in the first 4 games. Those first 4 games could have won either way. But yeah, man, I think the experience bit him in the ass. This lack of experience. The Westbrook foul and the James Harden foul in Game 3. Those kind of sealed the deal for him.
But yeah, whatever. Well, who gives a shit about that? Tomorrow night is a momentous occasion. A new era reigns
Oh
in the
my gosh! Shut
NBA.
the shut up! Just stop! God, just stop!
All right, so we're gonna we're gonna do a little mock draft here. I don't. Y'all want to do it what we think might happen or how we feel, and just argue it out.
I
Um,
think just go with like the general consensus.
All right, we'll try. Uh, Obviously, we're gonna start with pick one. I will take myself out of this conversation because I've been forever compromised. But y'all two can talk about the greatness of
n-
it. Yeah.
number one will obviously be Anthony Davis, the best prospect since probably LeBron. Best big man, one of the best big men in the history of college basketball. I said it. Yeah, I said it. Um, dude is a monster. And I think at the NBA level, in like 3 years, he'll be like top five player in the league. That's all you really need to say.
Now, let me ask you this: who would you compare him to from the past? Like, would you say Marcus Camby, or would you say more like a Kevin Durant?
I would say Marcus Camby with actual offense. I would say, like I've said many times, if he went anywhere else but that stat Kentucky team, he would have some of the best numbers we've ever seen from a college player. He's one of the, like, as a freshman, he's probably next to, I gotta admit, next to Carmelo Anthony, probably the best freshman I ever seen in college basketball. That dude was an animal.
Wow.
Y'all
All right,
finish.
Chase, you want to make any predictions?
Y'all finish.
Yeah. I'm done. I'm
I'm
done.
not.
I'm done. Jake. Keep it short. Keep it short.
I'm not gonna make any predictions. I don't jinx anything. So
Why don't you talk about the Millsap thing?
that we're not down to 10 yet, Bo. We gotta get down to 10.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We can save that, right?
We gotta get there. Number two, the Charlotte Bobcats are picking. Uh,
Assuming they're picking.
right now they're picking, but also at the moment they have multiple trade offers on the table. Let's see. Portland has offered number 6 and 11 for their number 2. Cleveland has offered number 4, number 24, and number 33 for their number 2. Oklahoma City has offered James Harden and all of their draft picks from this year and next year. Memphis has offered the same trade except swap James Harden for Rudy Gay. Uh, I don't think they
Uh,
should draft a player here.
of all those trades, which one would you take, Chase?
Which one I take? I take the Cleveland one. They need bodies.
Okay.
They need talented players, and this draft, like that guy who they're going to pick at 24 is way better than Kemba Walker. So they need talent. They need talent fast, and that's how they're going to get the most talent. Uh, and yeah, I would take the one that had the most draft picks that are actually going to be quality. Like Oklahoma City's going to be great for a while. Like they're going to be low all the time. Same thing with Memphis. But yeah, I would take that trade. What about y'all two?
Well, who does Cleveland want if they made that trade?
They want Bradley Beal. That actually, every all the teams that are trading want Bradley Beal.
And there's
All
a
right, so
reason for that, because during the tournament, that dude was a monster.
From Oklahoma City standpoint, you can see why. Obviously, the finals made this patently obvious, but James Harden is not a great defender. Uh, Bradley Beal can actually play defense, and he can also score without the ball. James Harden is heavy needs the ball to score, and it would probably aid Durant and Westbrook greatly that they can have someone that can score at their level without needing the ball as much as they do.
that's a good point. So he's more of a guy that comes off of screens. He's a great catch and shoot guy.
Yeah.
But the thing about him is he's kind of small, right, for a shooting guard.
No, he's about average height.
6'4", right? So he's like an
Yeah.
Eric Gordon.
He's actually taller than him.
Who do you think will be better, like down the road?
Gordon can actually get to the basket, and he's a better passer, and he's a much better defender. But yeah, I'd still say Gordon, because if Oklahoma City ends up doing the Bobcats trade and the Bobcats take that trade, he's not going to have as big as numbers as Gordon, but he'll be playing a solid role.
So you think they'll take Beal over Robinson? Definitely.
If the Bobcats keep the pick,
And most likely they won't, though.
it sounds most likely they won't. If they keep it, the pick is going to be Thomas Robinson. But yeah, so y'all will just want to go with the premise that they'll keep the pick.
If they keep the pick, they'll pick Robinson.
Yes, that is pretty widely known.
Well, let me just say, I told you this before, Chase. I love the idea of having Kemba and that Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in the backcourt.
Why you need two guys that can't shoot?
I don't know. I just think defensively it'll be great, though.
He's not a good defender.
Who, Michael
Yeah,
Kidd?
Kemba don't play no defense.
No, dude, what are you talking about, man? Somebody conked you on the head?
I'm just thinking about the work ethic, though, between those two guards.
I think ideally Kemba Walker's a chunker off the bench. And you have somebody else playing point guard. Like keep DJ Augustin.
That dude's pretty good.
That dude's way better than Kemba. And you just have Kemba come in and chunk. And sometimes he'll get hot and he'll score a bunch. And sometimes he's not.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence that when he was at Connecticut, we didn't hear much about him until the tournament because he was hot the entire tournament. It's not a coincidence. Like he was solid that year, and then he became something else during the tournament, and that's because he just got hot. That's all.
And if there was a redraft, he would not be going to the lottery. I'm pretty sure the Bobcats would have taken Brandon Knight instead. Why they didn't?
All right,
do
so
that.
do you want to? I mean, you want to talk about Thomas Robinson? That's your guy, right?
We should probably do that. Thomas Robinson's now in the slot.
That dude is he would have gotten all the accolades that Davis got had Davis hadn't not played this year. The guy, I think the only thing he needs to work on is when to actually put the ball up, because so towards the end of the season he didn't shoot that well at all. Like he tried to play too much hero ball. That's like the common phrase now towards the end of the year. But I say aside from that, dude's basically perfect. He can actually handle the ball. Athleticism is through the roof. I mean, the dude is. I think he's slightly what is he 6'8", something like that.
He's 6'9".
Oh,
6'9".
6'9".
Like his energy level kind of reminds me of Kevin Garnett, like a younger Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, I would say how hard he plays. I would say the dude is frighteningly good. Like, I think like with a little bit of seasoning, and just working with someone in the league. If he ends up going to the Bobcats, that won't happen. But someone in someone in the league, he'll be great. I think the only locks to we'll get there. We'll get there.
They say like his major weakness is he's terrible at passing out of a double team.
Yeah, and he's also he's bad at free throws when he's tired. But
So if Jordan keeps the pick, it's definitely the taking Thomas Robinson.
yes, and too many people like. I guess we can talk about Andre Drummond a little bit because
Oh God, the most overrated player.
Okay, I'm not done here. When the combine happened before the big wave of workouts started, he like measured insanely good. He's 7 feet tall. He has a 7'6" reach.
He's got big hands, right?
He's got huge hands. Everybody's like, "Oh, this guy." And then he goes to workouts and he sucks. Like Thomas Robinson, one workout beat the shit out of him. And like he's got all these athletic gifts, but he doesn't know what to do with them. And if you can't even like excel in simulated workouts where it's just you and coaches, how are you gonna do in real games?
He was terrible last year.
And that too.
That's all that needs to be said. Like I don't even get like when I heard like he could go number 2, I was like, what type of shit? Like I was just whatever.
But yeah,
they had an awful record last year. I mean, you would think with him and and Jeremy Lamb, they would have at least done something.
Jeremy Lamb cannot. There's nobody that can carry a team by themselves.
And that team, it was more like I honestly think they overachieved because they were actually rebuilding last year and they made the tournament and did fairly well. I think they lost Jim Calhoun for like half the season. I thought they did pretty good.
Yeah.
For everything that happened.
Now with this guy Drummond, it seems like he has a terrible touch. Like he's got no. Like he can only score like if he just gets an offensive rebound, puts it right back in. Like kind of like Dwight Howard really needs to develop like a hook shot.
That's assuming he can actually get in proper positioning for that rebound, since he doesn't even have those skills.
He is tall. That's all.
They said best case scenario, like if everything works out, he could be like the next Andrew Bynum. I think that's. I don't know.
No.
Well, they'd both be overrated big guys.
You think Bynum's overrated?
Yeah.
Really? You have to expand on that, Chase.
We ain't got time for that right now.
Well, Bynum's good, but this kid, it seems like he has the same problem. Like he's got bad body language. He gets pissed off easily.
All right. Well, the point's the point. Bobcats wised up and they ain't taking them. If they really wise up, they ain't gonna pick Thomas Robinson at all. This will be somebody else's issue. Obviously, we can't hold this video off till the draft is going on and we know if a trade happens or not. But if they don't trade it, which I would say is about a 33% chance, since they have so many offers to him, they will probably draft Thomas Robinson, and I feel sorry for him.
I feel sorry for anyone in that spot.
All right, now on the clock, the Washington Wizards. If you don't know why I made that comment, it's because they did the New Orleans Hornets a favor of taking $42 million of salary off their pay books and we got a draft pick out of it. Just here, take a draft pick. Clearing your books and take it. God, I can't get over that trade. And if you think Rashard Lewis is going to play a minute for the Hornets, you're nuts. But yeah, I love them right now. Depending on that trade, since they now have John Wall, Trevor Ariza, Nene, and Emeka Okafor. You're missing a shooting guard there, right?
Yeah.
So you just think it's pretty obvious who they intend to take here.
They have no choice but to take Brad Beal, I think.
And they are fucked if that trade happens. And since they're fucked, they've now put out a rumor. They aren't actually making these talks, but they said their team's calling them about the third pick so they can draft Thomas Robinson, putting the fear of God in the Bobcats of doing the Cavaliers trade, because that's their intention. Because if everything works out, they can go down to 4 and Thomas Robinson will still be there. So they're trying to apply pressure. There's going to be a lot of pressure applying shit going on from now.
Teams are calling them. I like to know what said teams are calling them.
Yeah, I have no idea, but teams are calling them. But yeah, they're trying to force the Bobcats to keep number 2, so they'll be assured that Brad Beal is there at 3, and that's their main focus. I think they would take Kidd-Gilchrist if Beal's not there. But on our board right now, Beal is there. And we've already talked about Beal. He certainly fits in there, or Wall's going to have the ball. And probably number 2 option is going to be Nene, and Beal would be a solid 3 there. He would probably score more points than Washington if he ends up in Oklahoma City. But yeah, we've talked about him a lot. You got any more things to say about him, Marquine?
Nah, dude's a monster. He can defend. Not much to say really.
All right. 3rd pick, Brad Beal on the board. Now the Cavaliers on the clock. Cavaliers have their way. They ain't on the clock right now. Right now they are.
I think this will definitely be Kidd-Gilchrist. I think.
I was about to say they're thinking if they do keep their pick, which is again unlikely, it'll be down between Kidd-Gilchrist and Barnes. And
Well, let me rephrase that. Since you put it like that, it better be Kidd-Gilchrist. I know that.
all right, so with Barnes already has a polished offensive game. He has the potential to be.
I guess. But go ahead.
All right. Yeah, they have a point guard.
They do.
Who you don't want to talk about.
Not at all.
Duke fan. But I think he could be good there. But the thing with Kidd-Gilchrist is that he finished 73% of his shots in transition this year, and
which was an overwhelming number in the country.
but as of right now, his jump shot is completely broken. I don't know if you guys ever seen video of it, but Robin, you've seen video of his jump shot.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a good jump shooter, and he's not a good foul shooter.
And
he's not good in isolation either, right?
No. He is good posting up, though.
Yeah, he's strong as hell.
Yeah. But the shooting thing can probably be worked on.
And that dude's a hard worker.
That dude is a very hard worker.
And in terms of intangibles, I think he's the best in the draft. Just off the court shit, best in the draft.
Yeah,
he seems to me like he has the best attitude. He's all about winning. I definitely love his attitude more than anyone else in the draft.
But yeah, if the Cavs keep their pick, doubt it. There's gonna be a whole lot of that. We're gonna be saying that a lot.
But Chase, didn't you tell me that the Cleveland really wanted Harrison Barnes?
Originally.
But if they could get Gilchrist, they'll take him over.
Yeah.
Over Barnes. Yeah.
Last year they would have taken Harrison Barnes at 4, but instead they got Tristan Thompson because they're insane, and not Jonas Valanciunas, who will be the Rookie of the Year next year. But that's for another day to talk about. But yeah, all right. Kidd-Gilchrist, we on agreement? Probably, yeah. All right.
Yay, the Kings.
Markeem is crying right now because the 2 people he wanted are off the board. Barring trades. Could be there if trades happen. But here's another team.
But we could be involved in one of those trades.
Here's another team. All right. I've already, before I started recording, I talked to this. Robin.
Yeah.
You're the Kings GM. I'm Houston. How about picks 12, 16, and Kyle Lowry for Tyreek Evans in the 5th pick?
I think it sounds good.
They said no.
Sacramento said no?
They said no.
Serious?
It's like Sacramento?
They you don't like Tyreek Evans, right?
Not at all.
I don't think
He's
a lot of people do.
he's I don't know. He's not that good. He's kind of disappointed me.
Yeah, and there's some people going, oh, well, Tyreek Evans had one of the most impressive rookie seasons ever on par with LeBron and MJ. How could you trade him? Like, this is going on with the Sacramento Plus. And, what? Like, rookie year, yeah, he was great. Second year, he had an injury. So,
La-
whatever. Last year, he was fine.
Last year he was is pretty average, pretty
And he
bad.
fine. And Houston is offering you at one point last season, about 2 weeks into the season, he was leading the NBA in points and assists. And oh god, I can't, I can't even get over the stupidity of that. And
That's
since
something you need. You need a point guard. You don't have one.
they got Isaiah Thomas, that dude's pretty great.
Like I said, we don't have one.
Isaiah Thomas is pretty good.
Yes, Chase.
Oh god. All right, but since I feel they're really stupid, I think they're gonna draft Drummond.
God, I hope not. God, I hope not.
I think they're gonna draft Drummond.
Oh, but don't they got Cousins though? I don't think it'll happen.
Who you make him play power forward
Oh God, I don't even think about that. I don't think about that.
again?
Calipari tried that a couple of times when he was. I don't want to think about that.
But logic think Harrison Barnes, no duh.
I hope not too, but I guess I got no choice now.
Got no options. But
If it goes like this, I got no
But-
choice.
if you're gonna turn down that awesome trade, which I'm sure will get better, I should probably check on Mr. Morey, who's going nuts recently. Rockets might trade us, or we're not watching. But
All right, so who do we say for number 5? We're going with Drummond.
hey, I know something.
No, we're not going with Drummond.
If the Rockets get this pick, they're drafting Drummond.
God.
Known. They're not gonna keep him. Their intent. Well, do we want to talk about what Houston's doing right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you break that down for everybody?
So, if any of y'all have been paying attention to anything, Houston's been going nutty with trades since Monday. Is that when this shit started?
Yeah, that's when I first heard about the Dwight thing.
But yeah, their whole goal is that they keep swapping around assets. I think they're up to 3 trades right now.
Yeah.
I'm not. I should probably just look at them so I don't sound stupid. All right, y'all keep talking while I'm looking at shit.
All this for a rental of Dwight Howard, right?
Yeah. All right. I think was the first trade the Chase Buttinger one.
Yeah, that was the very first one.
Chase, you want me to read them? I got them all here. If you
Okay,
want.
you got him.
I trade Milwaukee. The trade Samuel Dallenberg and the 14th pick, and Houston will give up the 12th pick. Sean Livingston.
No, that you got that backwards. Milwaukee got Dallenberg for it.
Right. All right.
But that was the one that happened today, and they got the 12th pick out of that. For Milwaukee, that's good because that surrounds those 2 chunkers with 3 excellent defenders, which is what the Knicks should be doing. But yeah, that trade happened, and then they traded Chase Buttinger and Lior Eliyahu. I'm gonna guess that's how you pronounce that. I have no idea.
Who the fuck is that?
He's an Israeli guy.
They play basketball in Israel?
I don't know if they play basketball in Israel. But anyways, they now have picks 12, 16, and 18, and they still have an unhappy Kyle Lowry and Kevin Martin on their roster.
And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. All this for a damn rental.
But yeah, they're trying to stockpile all these assets so they can fling them all at Orlando for Dwight Howard. And once they get Dwight Howard,
He won't even stay. He won't even be there after this year.
Not done what they're playing. Yeah, that's part one. Part two is since they've made all these trades, they have now enough cap space to offer Darren Williams a max deal.
No,
Who wants to laugh first?
I still don't think he'll stay anyway. It doesn't the White isn't the White hell bent on leaving and going to Brooklyn? Isn't that where he wants to be?
Yes,
So that will happen.
and they will have destroyed, like, completely destroy their asset pool. Right now, they still have Donatas Motiejunas, who is the best European prospect right now that's not in the NBA. And yes, I'm including Jonas Valanciunas in that. They still haven't traded that guy yet, but if they trade that guy, you know they're desperate just to try to get Dwight, and it'd be terrible. But I'm pretty sure they're going to end up with that pick because eventually Sacramento's going to bend because these trade offers are getting way too damn good. Say,
I would have bent first as soon as they Kyle Lowry. That's all I wanted. They could have just said that. I would have been like, cool.
barely Tyreek Evans is too good, Marky. uh, if the Kings keep this pick, which they seem to be determined to do, just judging by how they're sounding right now, I would pin them with Drummond, but you'd hope they draft Barnes, wouldn't you?
I got no choice, so yeah, I guess so.
You'd hope. But I think Andre Drummond's the guy going off the board here. I'm sure. And that's going to reflect what's actually going to happen. Whatever, Kings. Whatever. Y'all go with Andre Drummond coming off the board.
What?
Andre, he's going to get picked at 5.
No.
You don't want him picked at 5.
Not if the Kings are there. No.
But do you really think they're going to say no?
I
Unless you
hope so.
think they're too stupid to say yes.
I hope they just pick
You got me
Barnes. If
going.
they're there, I
Well,
hope they just pick
well,
Barnes.
if you don't want Barnes and you don't want Drummond, who would you take?
I mean, if it goes how we're saying, then there's no choice. Then no, you have to take Barnes.
You would take okay. What about I guess you already have Tyreek Evans, so you wouldn't take Damian Lillard.
That dude's really, really good, but nah.
Yeah.
You got to remember, this team drafted Jimmer Fredette at 10.
Oh God, I will never forget that. As long as I live.
Kawhi Leonard and Jennifer Reed available. All right, Klay Thompson too. Uh, does that just grind and not turn into a knife in your skin right there when I mentioned that? But okay,
Look at Kawhi Leonard this year
okay.
during the
Ba-
playoffs.
based on that stupidity, how do they not draft Drummond?
I think
God,
that was to sell tickets, man.
Drummond?
No, for that.
No, for that.
Oh, okay.
But how do they not draft Drummond? You need to convince me why they would not draft Drummond if they keep this pick. Actually, I think they draft Barnes. But
They have no choice. They better draft Barnes right there.
all right,
You could just see like Cousins getting frustrated with Drummond in the games and everything.
he
It,
probably
it
God,
doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't sound.
can you imagine that locker room with
Yeah.
them two? Can you imagine that?
it's already pretty bad, man.
God,
All right, Harrison Barnes coming off board. Don't think he will be. All right, now before I don't know if we talked about this recording yet,
Yeah.
but
Oh no. We're at Portland, right?
we're at Portland in the 6th pick. I guess we should mention how Portland got this pick.
the Nets.
Gerald Wallace.
Who opted out of his contract today?
All right, my bad.
Uh, but before yesterday, and Mr. Austin Rivers had a workout. I thought this was the second lock in this draft that Damian Lillard was going here. But apparently they really like Austin Rivers now, so they're confused. But
If I were them, I would go with Lillard.
I would too.
And if you haven't gathered, I'm a huge Duke fan. I saw Austin Rivers all year, and for as brilliant as he looked at times, there were about 10 times where he looked awful. So he turned the ball over a bunch. He put the ball up in ridiculous situations. It's like they would run a play, but it's like, no, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm Austin Rivers. He has this mentality like he's the best player on the court. And in the NBA, I want him to do that in the NBA. I dare him to do that in the NBA. That's all I'll say. No. I seen Lillard twice. To be fair, I only seen him play twice. And the first time I saw him play, the guy dropped 13 points in 4 minutes. So I would go with this guy. Just me.
As a point guard, as a traditional point guard, he's not all that good. He's one of these guys that's in the new mold of Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose, but different that he actually has fundamental shooting ability instead of chunking. Uh, if you if you watch footage of him when he's coming off screens, I don't know if there's a guy in his draft that gets his feet set on jump shots faster. And that's very important in the NBA because his closeouts are coming quicker, and you have to get shots up over defenses faster. I don't know if there's a faster guy in this draft that can do that than him. And fitting him next to, I'm gonna guess their big pieces are Wesley Matthews, Nicholas Batum, and LaMarcus Aldridge right now. They don't really have anybody else. That'd be two jump shooters, actually three jump shooters slash slashers, and LaMarcus Aldridge. That's a pretty good core.
Yeah.
And plus they have options at 11 when we get to them. But you got anything to say about Damian Lillard, Robin, or are you just like,
What? No, no. Well, he looks extremely fast. They were comparing him to Jeff Teague, which isn't really. I mean,
flattering?
does that really excite you when someone compares someone to Jeff Teague?
Are we
I'll tell you what though. I think Rivers is a hell of a ball handler though. I think that's probably why teams kind of get overly excited about him because he has such command of the ball. But
just stole the phrase from Monty Williams.
yeah. But I don't know. I would say Lillard probably the more reliable jump shooter, and he's probably a better passer. I would think.
Well, they're both not great.
They're both not great though. Yeah.
Yeah. One's really not great, but we won't go there. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated.
I think Austin Rivers is one of those Duke players that will probably be much better in the NBA. Because usually Duke players suffer in the NBA, so it might be the opposite of like a Christian Laettner.
You mean the Dream Team Water Boy?
Yeah.
All right. Damian Lillard, off board, on the clock. Golden State Warriors, who are asking for a starter small forward for this pick. They're, I would say, 90% chance they ain't drafting here. 90.
Yeah, if we're going by our draft, yeah, they're probably not.
Like, not even ours. Like, they've already gotten an offer for Wilson Chandler for it. Rudy Gay is also in play here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If Wildcats thing doesn't work out. Oh, but if it was the Warriors picking here,
Who does Memphis want so bad in this top 10?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't think it's about that. I think they just want to get rid of Gay. Like, Gay kind of screws up that team the way it's run.
Hey Chase, explain this to me. What's what's number 7?
Golden State Warriors.
And they're trading the pick
They're most likely trading the pick.
to Memphis.
I don't know where. They just want a starter small forward in return.
I mean, I heard Harrison Barnes for Golden State a lot of times.
He's already off our board, man. He's gone, man. He's gone.
I don't know. We picked Drummond for Sacramento.
No, we didn't.
You took Barnes?
We took Barnes.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys picked Drummond.
No, I was just saying, I was trying to make the case to Markeem, look at how stupid they are. Why would they
Shit.
take Drummond? And
Okay.
his phone's ringing, so I can talk shit about him all I want. Uh, but yeah, they're looking for a starting small forward. Wilson Chandler, Rudy Gay. I don't know who else would be in play. Not Kevin Durant,
Well,
obviously.
if they keep the pick, I'm thinking maybe Jeremy Lamb or
Mm-mm. It's going to be Waiters or Drummond if they keep it. And I think it might be Drummond if they keep it. Because,
well, did Mark Jackson have any memorable quotes about Drummond?
no,
About Kwame Brown?
well, Kwame Brown's gone to Milwaukee now. He's lost both his elite post defenders. Andres Biedrins is probably going to be gone, and Kwame Brown's gone. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, man, Andrew Bogut, who is actually an elite post defender.
All right, what I miss? I heard Andrew Bogut. That dude's
Uh,
nice. What about him?
I was saying that since the Warriors have a center and the 10% chance that they keep this pick, you'd think they're going to draft Drummond because he doesn't have to start right away and he can just sit and watch and play limited minutes behind a guy that knows
Behind
the position.
Bogut, yeah. Okay, that would actually make sense. But Drummond's going to suck. But that would make sense.
So I think they would go there, but if they, but I think they might draft Waiters.
Why don't you talk about him?
Waiters,
Yeah, what's his first
uh,
name?
De-
I never even heard of him.
Dion, Jim Boeheim likes this guy a lot because he said he's the best player he's ever coached.
Oh, from Syracuse?
Yes.
Oh, I got you, got you.
That's just him giving blind praise. We all know that's Melo. He needs to stop it.
Well, they have a common factor that they don't play D. But this guy can actually pass. So there's an advantage.
That's true.
Uh,
We don't know if Melo can pass. He just doesn't. But whatever.
no passes. He had a lot of turnovers the playoffs. Remember?
Actually, I don't. They were gone so quick. My bad.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
that was a blur. But shit, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, Dion Waiters, the dude played like when you just look at his numbers, he's like 12 points a game, whatever. But then you look, he played 20 minutes and scored 12 points a game. If you stretch that out to full 40, he's scoring 22 points a game. He's averaging about 7 assists and 5 rebounds for a shooting guard. That's incredible if you're getting that type of production off the bench from a guard. He's awesome getting to the rim and getting fouled. He's a good jump shooter in terms of all around skill. And I'm not talking about best player overall, in terms of doing everything there is to do on that court. With the exception of defense, this dude's probably the best player in the draft.
Wow.
But
Let's keep in mind, Syracuse, even though they
and,
got
and
eliminated early, they had an amazing year last year. So, I mean, I believe you.
and he's also, I know it sounded like I was dissing the guy, but I'm not. I saw him quite a bit. The Big East is always on ESPN, but the guy has a good attitude. Like he doesn't start, and it doesn't bother him. So I did notice that about him.
but
And for a lot of the like close possessions towards the end of games, he was on the court anyway. So
but yeah, but I don't see how like Drummond has fallen to us. How do we not take him? I don't see how that doesn't take over. Yo,
I mean, the logic behind it would make sense, but that dude's gonna suck. So I'm convinced that is Kwame Brown waiting to happen. But
Yeah, I mean, I can see Mark Jackson taking Drummond. So we'll take Drummond at number 7.
we'll take Drummond at number 7.
All right.
Again, I don't think the Warriors gonna have this pick. But moving on, player is drafted. Toronto Raptors are now on the clock.
I have no idea. So I'll just let y'all take
You
that.
have no idea.
No.
Chase, didn't you tell me that they were interested in a
They,
particular player?
uh, yeah, they're familiar. They are interested in Mr. Rivers.
They are.
They're interested in Mr. Rivers right now. If they don't trade, again, if they don't trade their pick, I don't know what they're looking for. I think they're just looking for anything. Like Houston's been calling them too. If the Sacramento thing doesn't work out, Kyle Lowry's going to Toronto, which is going to make
That
Markeem.
poor guy.
That's going to make Markeem. Why is he going to be poor?
That poor guy. It's Toronto, man. Who cares about them?
What are you talking about?
Who cares about Toronto, man?
That team's going to be good next year.
Like I said, Chase.
They have their center coming over from Lithuania. Andrea Bargnani doesn't have to play center anymore. DeMar DeRozan doesn't have to play point. It's a good situation. But again, that's the backup plan if Sacramento doesn't wise up. But hopefully they do. Obviously, Rivers and Waiters on the board. We talked about Waiters. If they were both available, I would take Waiters, but they seem to be thinking Rivers right now. I don't know how he would fit here. I honestly don't. Like, do y'all know how he fits on this team?
Well, he's more of a jump shooter, right?
Who, Rivers?
No, the Syracuse guy.
No, he's everything.
Well,
But
he'll fit in. I mean, they don't really have someone
no,
that can really take the ball to the basket.
I'm
Like
talking about Rivers.
talking about. Oh, okay.
I don't see how Rivers fits on this team, even though I want him. But Waiters,
Look who their point guard is. It's Calderon.
that could be Kyle Lowry, or it could be Steve Nash.
Had to step out for a second. What I missed?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how Austin Rivers fits on this team. I can see Deion Waiters fitting anywhere. But Rivers, hmm.
I don't want to talk about this. Can we get past anybody that wants Austin? I don't want to talk about this dude
You
anymore.
gonna be talking about him? Oh man,
Well, you said if Toronto likes him that much, they'll probably take him, even though
I
you say he's
don't know,
fit.
because Waiters has not done any draft workouts because it's been reported that he has a promise for somebody. And some people speculated that it is Toronto, even though Toronto has come out and publicly denied that. Phoenix Suns have not. So people are thinking it's actually the Phoenix Suns. But sorry, Deion Waiters ain't going to be there at 13. But yeah, he's the best player available, but it's looking like they're going Rivers, even though originally they would have went Jeremy Lamb, who actually is a good fit. And I have no idea. This was
Why do you say Rivers isn't a good fit? I don't understand.
Bargnani can't rebound. This is Jonas's first year in the league, so I don't know how he's going to adjust. They really need a small forward. Actually, Waiters or Rivers or neither of those guys are small forwards. But I have no idea who we're going to pick. Do y'all have any idea? Would y'all give him Waiters since he's the best guy available?
That's what I would do at this point.
Again, this is all prerequisite that there isn't a trade here.
What you can say about anyone except Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte. New Orleans right now.
What do you mean? With number one?
Yeah, the rest of these picks could get traded.
I don't think Phoenix is going to trade their pick. Phoenix and Washington and New Orleans are probably the only three picks that aren't going to get traded. Rest of these picks, all of them up for grabs. But
I don't know, man. I see Toronto taking Austin Rivers.
you do?
Yep.
You do?
Yeah, based on what you're telling me, and
They
based on the
like him a
market,
lot.
based on the fan base, I could just see them taking him.
All right.
Yeah, you always got to factor that in. The kid was on TV, and they want to sell tickets, and got to remember that.
Austin Rivers is off the board. Pick number 9. I already know who it's going to be. Y'all know who it's going to be?
But who?
No, wait. Who has? I don't have the list in front of me. Who has the number 9 pick?
Detroit, ain't
Detroit
it?
Pistons. Okay, I lied. These guys ain't trading their pick either because the guy they want will be there. And he is a perfect fit next to their franchise center, Greg Monroe, and that is John Henson.
I forgot all about that dude.
I don't know if there is a better player in this draft that you compare next to that guy. He is an excellent post defender. He already has a decent post game and a mid range jump shot. Which, of course, Greg Monroe has both those things. But Greg Monroe is not a strong defender, whereas John Henson is probably the second best post defender in this draft behind
Got to be honest. Got to be honest. That's true.
behind guy you won't let me talk about. Uh, but yeah, I'm pretty sure John Henson is the guy going. Y'all have any qualms with that? It's a really
Nah, I got no problems with that, man. That
that's
dude's a monster. I ain't gonna lie.
that's a good fit. And
Henson from North Carolina.
Yeah, that I'll be honest. If he was healthy, they might have beat Kansas. I'll be honest about that.
if things, and I'm not gonna let y'all talk here, if things actually play out this way, and Dion Waiters is on the board, uh, that pick don't get turned in faster than Anthony Davis. So Dion Waiters is off the board. Pick number 11, Blazers on the clock.
Who do they want?
Well, all right. They have already drafted Damian Lillard.
That leaves what a power forward, right?
They got LaMarcus Aldridge. Oh my God! Do y'all want to hear the center? Do y'all want to hear their center rotation? Y'all ready to laugh?
What's that?
Kurt Thomas,
Oh,
Joel Rosebilla, and Hashim Thabit.
oh, okay. Well, I guess some center is going right here.
So go down the list of available centers. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Tyler Miller or Myers Leonard.
No, and I don't really like Tyler Zeller at all. To be honest with you.
I don't. Uh, he has a really polished game right now, but Myers Leonard is an athletic freak. And Robbie, you need to put your mic away from speakers.
Like I didn't get to see Leonard much because Illinois wasn't the best team in the world this year, so I didn't really watch him much.
This all I need to tell you about his athleticism. He was in the top 10 in the three-quarter court sprint.
Oh, damn.
Done. He's a little raw offensively. He is awesome in transition, but this team is going to run with Damian Lillard at the point and Wesley Matthews and Nick. I think Marcus Aldridge is the guy bringing up the rear, but I think Myers Leonard's the guy here. Dude is an athletic monster. Needs some work on his game, but that's fine. Obviously, they ain't gonna start Hashim to beat.
That dude is terrible.
Didn't he go number 2?
Yeah, he went number 2. Didn't the Grizzlies draft him? Wasn't it
Yeah,
Grizzlies?
yeah.
God.
Myers Leonard's off the board. Pick number 12. Somehow the Houston Rockets held this. Uh, man, I don't think they're gonna have this pick. I don't know where it's going. It's going somewhere. But if I was this team picking at 12, whoever it is, Mr. Marshall's on the board. And that is the best point guard prospect. I'm not and I'm just talking about purely in terms of the operation of the position as point guard, the best guy to come along. And geez, I gotta think, man,
At the
because I could tell you that there's a website called DraftExpress.com, and they've been tracking all college players and stats since 2001, and he's the tops in assists, turnovers, and obviously since he's the tops in those two, he's the tops in assist to turnover ratio. In terms of passing and handling the ball and protecting it, his best since that year. Yeah,
with all the talent North Carolina had last year, when he didn't play, they couldn't actually score. So that should tell you right there, just how valuable he is as a floor general. So I would say, in most drafts, I think he would go higher, but
Kyle Lowry is likely to be traded.
yeah, well that's assuming Kyle Lowry's gone by
That's
this point.
also assume. Why are we talking about the Rockets? They're not going to have this pick. If they have this pick, Daryl Morey's going to be crying. Uh, that's I didn't crash. I didn't crash. I didn't crash.
You almost did though.
No, I didn't. Somebody came in the room.
Uh,
All right. I don't know who's picking at 12. Who y'all think's going to get the pick? You got a 1 in 29 chance of guessing.
shit, I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure Kendall Marshall's coming off the board here. If he's here. If he doesn't go at 10. If Lillard, Rivers, and Waiters are all gone at 10, he will be going 10 to New Orleans Hornets.
How would you feel about that?
I mean, how would I feel?
How would you feel? You guys have Jarrett Jack?
Bye.
Okay.
Uh, I don't know if you keep him or Vasquez.
Okay, I got you.
That's tough for me because they both played great last year. Uh, Vasquez put a stop to the insanity, which nobody talks about. Nobody talks
I
about.
forgot all about that dude.
Yeah, he started a lot of games last year because Jared Jack was hurt. All right, Kendall Marshall's off the board. No idea who's gonna have that pick. All right. Besides number 1, number 3, and number 9, I'm fairly certain the Phoenix Suns are not trading this pick. Uh, I don't know if they'll go point guard with Steve Nash leaving and all that. Maybe he doesn't leave.
Pretty sure he's gone, but go ahead.
You're pretty sure he's gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gone.
But would you take a point guard, and the quality of point guards has dropped significantly with Marshall and Lillard off the board,
And therein lies your problem.
or would you take the best player available, Jeremy Lamb, unless you think there's somebody better available?
Nah, it's probably Lamb.
Uh, Jeremy Lamb, I mean, he's he and Terrence Ross are almost the same player, except actually are they the same player?
I think Lamb's a little bit quicker. This is me.
Essentially, they both do the same thing. They're both great at playing without the ball. They're both very good jump shooters, very good free throw shooters. Although neither of them get to the line as often as they should. But yeah, Jeremy Lamb is the faster, more athletic player, and that fits in with Phoenix's pace if they're really going to have Sebastian Telfair running the point.
Sebastian Telfair, Jesus. Best thing about him was that documentary he had a few years ago.
The Fire?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That made him look amazing. I wonder if Adidas are signing him to this deal.
God.
Jerry Lamb, Robin, being quiet. Hello, Robin.
Yeah.
What are you flicking?
Nothing.
Like it sounds like you're running a pen on something.
No.
That's
Oh, you're running a pen on a notebook. I can hear your shit. All right,
So what was that? Jeremy Lamb with number 13.
that was Jerry Lamb. We can now come to the Bucks, who have their pick already, and I'm pretty sure they're done.
There's like so many things that are just like up in the air with
Yeah.
Houston trying all these trades.
Uh-huh.
It's just tough to say.
Yeah. That again, when I envisioned this video a month ago,
you ain't think Houston to go crazy trying to rent the way out.
it's not that. Like the Lakers are trying to get in this lottery. The Hawks. There's so many teams trying to get in this lottery.
Oh, did you tell Markeem about Reggie Miller's famous quote?
Oh my God.
What?
Y'all told me I couldn't talk about them, but all right.
What? No, say it.
Reggie
No, you can, Chase. Just goodness. Just
Reggie Miller said that the Lakers should trade Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum for Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
No.
How would you feel about it, Chase?
Even if that trade was really offered, number one, Anthony Davis makes $5 million a year. Them two suckers make 40 combined. New Orleans doesn't have enough on their team right now to make that trade work. Unless Tom Benson is willing to throw in $35 million of money just to make it work, which ain't happening. Number two, just flat out no. Because Davis is going to be better both of them do it anyway. And yeah, I'll be quiet because I'll just talk in hyperboles and jinx his career, so I'll just shut up. All right. Let's see. Sean Livingston is going off their roster. John Brockman is going off their roster. Urson was probably gone in free agency, and they have Samuel Dallenberg now. So they can pick anybody.
I don't think it matters.
You don't think it matters?
I guess this would be what Terrence Ross, man.
I don't know. It's down between him, Royce White, and Terrence Jones. Terrence Ross would be a significant upgrade at small forward. Since Mike Dunleavy Jr., who's with him? Man, I don't know what to do here. They could pull a whammy and pick Tyler Zeller.
God, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You're not a fan of him either.
No.
You never believe who the local New Orleans press absolutely wants to be picked at 10.
No, not once.
Tyler Zeller, man. We traded him back. We got to get a center. It's not like they realize there's $30.7 million cap space now. Gee, what do you do with that? I don't know what you do with that. Do you? $30 million cap space? What's that for? Mm. But yeah, I think it's going to be down between those three dudes, Ross, White, Jones.
Well, you know who we need to talk about?
Who?
Well, I'll wait.
You'll wait till we're done?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I guess Ross to the Bucks. I guess.
Hey, White is the best player left. Ross fits. Jones was also pretty acceptable. But yeah, Ross. Again, mostly the same things we said at Lamb. Very good jump shooter, very good off the ball. Although with Jennings and Ellis, I don't know how often he'll get it. Uh, yeah, Terrence Ross, that works. And if he doesn't get picked here, he has a promise from Philadelphia. There, lottery's complete. I'm a.
All right, you guys know who we have to talk about now, right?
We do.
We got to talk about Jared Sullinger.
We
the
do.
fact, the fact that yeah, the fact that this man's stock has dropped probably worse than any play I've ever seen in my life ever.
Dewan Blair. Uh, okay, no. You know who the worst ever was?
Oh,
DeAndre Jordan. Started out at number 2 overall, ended up at 34.
I don't even remember when he came out. I don't even remember.
I don't think he has contest ever. He will never have contest for that ever.
But I'm just saying, Jared Sullinger, his stock has plummeted.
And that is because he has been medically red flagged for bulging disc in his back. The Hornets were working him out on the day that, and I'm pretty sure if that trade hadn't happened, where the Wizards were so kind in unloading Ariza and Okafor for us, I'm pretty sure he'd be the guy at 10 because he is that talented. And somebody's going to wind up with a steal because this dude is an incredible post offensive machine. His ass on defense. Absolute ass. But I don't think he'll be in the 20s.
I would say something, but I'm not.
What you going to say?
There's a chance this dude won't even go in the first round.
No.
There's a shot.
No. None.
That guy. Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah,
You know how I feel. You know how I feel
I do.
about Jared Sullinger. Yes, you do.
I do. How do I do?
Because you know I think this guy's overrated. I thought he was overrated last year.
Now, how come when the last time we did this, you put him at 4 and over?
Because at the time, I didn't know he had a fucked up back, and
Did you know he's had the fucked up back for 2 years?
I didn't know that.
He did all that shit he did in college with the fucked up back.
Yeah, well, still, with that being said, I feel like every time I've seen him play, don't get me wrong, without him, Ohio State, they would have been, who knows. But with that being said, I feel like when I hate to borrow a quote from Skip Bayless, I really do, but when it mattered, I feel like the guy just disappeared all the time, and especially when he played someone that challenged him, those are some of his worst games. Look at the Kansas game. Just revert back to that.
He was fine until they started doubling him.
That dude, I'm telling you, that guy, not as good as people thought, and everyone will see.
Oh God, other guys have mentioned. John Jenkins is an awesome jump shooter. He will go in the 20s. Somebody will love him. Uh, Jeff Taylor will be an awesome bench player in the NBA. I gotta think.
Did you talk about the Baylor kids?
What,
Quincy Miller.
Quincy Miller and Perry Jones?
Perry Jones will be someone's Shane Battier
All right,
minus the 3 pointers.
change. Okay, I'm reading stuff right now. Change the percentage on Warriors. 100%. They're trading.
Wow.
They
Well,
aren't happy with anybody available at 7.
oh, I can't wait till tomorrow.
How do you know what's gonna happen? Is the Rockets gonna trade their whole team to Orlando? Everybody here, take fucking McHale too. God, I don't know. I'm excited.
It's gonna be the craziest draft in a long time. A long time.
It won't be next year. I bet I can
Uh,
name the top five right now. Right now,
Without even thinking.
without even thinking. James Michael McAdoo will go number one. Or Cody Zeller. There's not a consensus. Those two guys will go top two. Maybe even okay. Nerens Newell, Shabazz Muhammad, Cody Zeller, James Michael McAdoo. That's your top four, and they're basically the same quality player.
Cody Zeller's a hooper. That boy can go.
I wish he was in this damn draft, but he ain't. Damn it. But yeah, after that, yeah. Robin, you've been quiet.
Well, it's blame it on you, man. You spoiled me with that NBA League Pass, man.
Well, you never watched college. See, I watched it at the
I
same.
didn't start watching till like the Big East tour, the conference tournaments.
Well, see, my focus was shit. Eric Gordon's hurt. We're gonna be ass. I need to see who's good to poach because
Wow.
because I've said this before. I'm not a college basketball fan. I'm a college basketball poacher. These guys are commodities to me. They're just spots on a roster waiting to get snagged up.
That's the new system. It's hard to be. I'm a diehard college hoops fan, which is why I'm here. But it's hard being a fan when that is the system. You know,
And I would watch.
like I see this might turn. See, I'm gonna be quiet because this might turn into a rant. So I'm
Well,
hush.
you can go. We ain't got no time limit here.
My problem with the whole college basketball system is, the rule. You know, the rule that ruined everything. The stupid one and done rule. Now you have guys like, I love Anthony Davis. I like what he did at Kentucky. But if you really believe that rule was in place that he would have went to Kentucky, you're crazy. You're just crazy. Wouldn't happen.
I'm
He would have
happy.
been in the league this year. Would
I'm
have happened.
I'm happy it exists though.
But it's so just it makes it hard to be a college hoops fan because you can't latch on to any player because 100% if a guy's really great, he is gone.
So
Jared Sullinger is the first guy I've seen in a long time that just didn't leave after having a great season.
what happened to his stock? He would have gone number two last year.
And see, there you go.
But same thing with Perry Jones. Same thing. Actually, Quincy Miller got hurt, so not. But mostly, what we've seen is that the guys who decided to come back and stay in really fucked up their stocks. I don't know if it's going to happen to Cody Zeller or James Michael McAdoo. I don't think so, since they're both going to have larger roles on their team this year. Uh, it's not like,
And I got Indiana winning the Big East. I mean Big East, Big Ten next year.
but yeah, it's not like
Pretty
Harrison Barnes and
easy, as a
Jared
matter of fact.
Sullinger, where they had that role and it's basically the same role for the second year in a row, and their roles are both expanding. So I think they have an opportunity to show more. But yeah,
I forgot about Harrison Barnes too. That's another one. Stayed and fucked himself up.
uh, do, do you think they should just kill the requirement period or make the requirement longer? Because I think what happens is if you make the requirement longer, you're going to see more dudes going over to Europe.
I say just kill it. Go back to the old system. Just go back to if you come from high school and you think you're ready, for every Kevin Garnett, let's get a Kwame Brown. That's just how it went, and I'm cool with that.
He's country strong.
Like I'm totally cool with that. For every fucking Kobe Bryant, we get who's another bust, another guy that sucked. I don't know, but another one of those high school guys that didn't do anything.
The,
I'm alright.
the Lakers are trying to get Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
What they
Uh,
giving up?
I don't know. I don't
They
think
probably have to give
Bobcats.
up Ramon Sessions.
Ramon Sessions is a free agent.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Uh, I don't think that
You told me
works.
they don't have any tradable assets, so
No, their
they
contracts are all too big. Again, okay, that's me thinking logically. Maybe they'll find a team dumb enough to take on a bunch of salary like the Wizards,
Yeah, like the Wizards. I was just about to say that.
or the Bobcats who just took on a ton of salary with Ben Gordon and fuck. Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Oh
Lol.
yeah, the Corey McKinney.
Uh, yeah,
Oh man,
I'll pay Ben Gordon $25 million. Why not?
coming off his worst season. God,
Man, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't even know if we did this, but
because we'll probably end up being totally wrong.
yeah, cause shit, all them picks get traded. You could have Oklahoma City picking second, and then Washington will panic. Well, fuck, we need a two. They'll call up teams looking for a two, and that team picking three, and then that team pick Kid Gilchrist, and you have the Cats going, well, damn it, well, actually, the Cats probably just take Mars in that case. Yeah, there's something that can happen. Derek Morey, GM of Houston Rockets, is not done scheming. He's
Hey, a little bit off topic, but did they give Scott Brooks an extension?
there's oh,
Oh, okay. I've been hearing. I heard Phil Jackson's name pop up like it always does. I was just asking.
he does not have an extension.
What you say?
He does not have an extension.
Yeah, it's not.
If I was him, I wouldn't extend.
Robin, you got anything to say? You just sitting there.
no, I'm pretty much done. I'm just waiting for the draft tomorrow.
It'll be an hour in now.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
I did my celebrating almost.
Actually, I'm really looking forward to free agency. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Me too now. $30.7 million. Let's go.
Chase, why don't you just run down like the top free agents before we leave?
Oh,
Like, give us the top five.
I can.
Was it Jason Terry, Steve Nash,
No.
Ray Allen?
Okay. If you want to do legit top five, Darren Williams number one, Eric Gordon number two,
But
Steve
Eric Gordon,
Nash three.
we all know Eric Gordon's gonna be there though. No point in
He's
even bringing that
technically a
up.
free agent. I have to mention it.
I
Steve Nash
guess.
number three, Tim Duncan four, Kevin Garnett five.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he's on a free agent.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, he's made it clear he's not leaving.
my dream is that this $37 million of cat space is like, hey,
To try to get Tim Duncan to come and mentor Anthony Davis.
no, him and Garnett.
Both of them. No, Chase. No.
No, that's not happening. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen with Kevin Garnett. I can tell you that the most certain thing I know is that Ray Allen and Greg Oden are gonna sign with Miami Heat. Those are the two absolute.
God.
No.
Greg Oden got the Kobe done, so if he's healthy with Miami and Ray Allen, look out.
Brandon Roy has 6 contract offers right now.
Brandon Roy.
Yeah,
What's he doing? I thought he was done.
he's trying to make it back. Apparently, he also got knee surgery, but according to
Both knees.
according to Jocko, it's not going to fix the problem at all.
Man, if you think about it, Kobe must have had an amazing year if everyone's trying to get that surgery.
Yeah, he had such a great year. He needs it again too. Bynum,
Yeah, here's something else we could talk about. The Olympics. You want to just run down like the guys that are not playing and the guys that are playing, or
Dwayne.
just the main core guys.
All right, let me go to USABasketball.com so I can look at this roster.
I still think the USA is gonna wipe the floor with everyone else.
All right, I don't know what Kobe Bryant's recovery time on that surgery is, so you can put him up in the air. Dwayne Wade is going to be rehabbing his knee. Ooh, that was a hiccup.
Wade doesn't even want to play. I definitely don't see him playing.
He's got to rehab it. Dude, he's hurt.
Yeah, I know.
He's got to rehab. Actually, there's some swapping out. This thing's been updated. This got updated today. I guess I can read off the new finalist roster since there's a new roster.
Okay.
The 20 finalists: Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Kobe Bryant, Tyson Chandler, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Rudy Gay, Eric Gordon, Blake Griffin, James Harden, Andre Iguodala, LeBron James, Kevin Love, Lamar Odom,
Lamar Odom.
Dwayne Wade, Russell Westbrook, Darren Williams. LaMarcus Aldridge isn't on here anymore.
Lamar Odom.
He played on the 2 years ago when he had that great run.
That's the finalist roster. Obviously, there's
For
some
the,
drafts and they're going to limit the team down. Obviously, I'm giddy that before last month, there might have been 0 Hornets on this list. Now there's 2. So that's all I'm going to say.
Is LeBron playing in the Olympics?
LeBron's going to play. We won.
Yeah, like come on, there's no need for him to do that.
LeBron.
He could get hurt or something like that.
If Kobe doesn't play, I don't know if he'll take it.
What? Come on.
that team.
No.
Kobe didn't play in the last Olympics. They wouldn't have won.
That was before Kobe needs weird sci-fi surgery every offseason on his knees just to be able to run. Like
that. They say it's going to be a LeBron's if Kobe's not there.
That team kill everybody, Sanders. I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion.
Oh man, those Argentinian boys, they're tough to play against.
They only got one guy. You count what's the other name? Blanking on him. Used to play for the Bulls, played for the Sixers.
Like I said, Manu, that's it.
Nocioni, is that guy's name?
Andres Nocioni?
Yeah, isn't he Argentine?
From Chicago? Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, I don't even know if he plays in the league anymore.
No, he's still in the league. But yeah, dude, no. This team's good. No. Although I think they should swap Blake Griffin out for LaMarcus Aldridge.
How many people make the team? 15 or 12?
I have no idea.
Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge ain't on that? That's a little crazy to me.
He was, but now he's gone.
In favor of Blake Griffin? Really?
How do they have him on there instead of, or have Lamar Odom on there instead of him?
I like Lamar Odom's actually going to try to play.
God, why is they even Lamar Odom of all people?
I love how you can't. Holy shit, Houston trade.
Oh, it happened?
Oh no, it's just Kyle Lowry thinks he's going to get traded. No shit, Kyle.
But yeah, the Olympics are going to be a wash. Not quite dream team bad, but it's going to be bad.
Anthony Davis. Guess we can end it there. The coaches on this team have been fired. Mike D'Antoni, Nate McMillan.
Oh, Nate McMillan's on there.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. I forgot they fired him.
yeah,
I forgot about that.
they fired him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. You got anything else to say, Quiet Rob?
No, let's just wrap it up.
All right. I guess we'll see y'all when free agency's wrapped up. Summer league's beginning. We're not actually talking about summer league. We're just starting on at the same time. I'm gonna watch every game because I just need to see him in a Hornets uniform.
Oh my God. Just press stop.
Just first off, but I can't talk about him.
God, man, you're sad though. You're sad.
Why?
It's happening. It's actually happening.
You know, dreams can come true for people. Why
God,
happy, man? My dream happened.
it was fixed, Chase. It was fixed.
Oh my God. You don't believe that shit, do you?
No, I don't believe that.
All right.
The
I'm
lottery is dumb though. The concept is stupid.
without the lottery, Anthony Davis would be going to the Charlotte Bobcats.
And I know that, but you know, the worst team should get the best player. That's how it should go.
No,
That is how it should go.
no.
How you expect the worst team to get better?
Be
You
smart.
get like Jordan, but but this is a special circumstance. It's different.
Be smarter and not take $42 million back in the trade like Washington Wizards. Forever, thank you. Goodbye, y'all. Next time.